You ever see these guys? The Steelers Dynasty podcast. What morons. Bubba is funny, but that Shane guy's a simpleton. Jamie, pull that clip up. Yeah, the Steelers Dynasty one. Can you believe these dumb Steelers? Fans, watch this crap. Yeah, that's it. Look at these two. Wow.
I did 3 times, 3 intros, because I had to get the right one. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, to Steelers Dynasty Podcast. I'm your host, Bubba Brewer, and I had to do it 3 times because I took it out. I don't have any clue, because sometimes my computer knowledge is sometimes deficient. But we're going to talk some Steelers. But before we talk some Steelers and other stuff, because you don't know what we're going to talk about, I got to bring on my co-host. He is the host of West Virginia Mountaineer Football, and also he jumps on my Thursday show, and he is the special field correspondent because he travels all across this great land. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the show, Mr. Shane Stodmiller. Hi, Shane.
I used to travel all over land. Now you just find me in the basement.
Oh, well, you're probably thinking, Bubba, what are you doing with the intro? And I hit the one, it wasn't right, and the other one wasn't right, and the other one, it took me 3 times.
I thought you had a poop. I thought maybe you had emergency.
No, you know what? And I own up to my own issues because I actually hold myself accountable. I took it out of the intro video, and I forgot to put it back in. So it's on me.
Well, let's say hi to the chat real quick. We've got a lot of folks in there, and then we'll get rolling with the first thing that I heard on the radio. So Jamie, Daredevil, Tom, Mark, everybody, hello.
Hello, everybody. So
we got a few more up top, so we're creeping back up there. We're on the
what did you hear on the radio?
Andrew Filipponi talked about it. I saw a tweet.
Okay.
Basically, let's start off with this.
You might be saying the same thing that I'm thinking.
Right.
Because I have something written down too by that douchebag. So I'll let you go first.
First of all, I was sharing with Bubba before the show. I mean, we're only on for like 2 or 3 minutes in the black and gold room talking. It's almost like a hangover. I don't realize how much emotional, I guess just energy I had vested into this A.A. Ron signing, and it happened, and I kind of, now we're just taking it all in. Like, he is the guy for the next year.
Yes.
And, good or bad, but that ties into what I heard on the fan. And if you can share it, we'll talk about it real quick.
Is it the same thing about the odd makers?
Yeah, it basically.
Okay.
But you know what? To his credit, he's basically saying no one has faith in Tomlin or A.A. Ron. So, I think he's not shitting on the Steelers, but the odds makers say that they're going to win 6 games. And I have it here. Let me share it.
I have the same thing. I have the same thing that you have. But honestly, Shane, people have been talking schmack, trashing the Steelers for decades and decades, even before cable TV was around. And I know we wanted to talk about some stuff about the national media giving us whatever they're giving us.
Right.
But did you see how many wins?
6.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And I just said terrible like Mark did. And
now here's the thing, and I'm usually the voice of reason here. 8 wins. I could kind of see 8 to 10 wins being a legitimate odds makers bet for the Steelers. 8 wins, okay, over and under. But 6 wins, I'm taking the over all day long. So if you're a betting person, go down to the Rivers Casino.
Well, you can do it from your phone.
Or any booking site that wants to sponsor the Steelers Dynasty. Go ahead, call Bubba up. I'm sure we.
I don't have the money to take those bets.
Call us up and we'll sponsor the show, and we'll advertise your sports book, because the one bet I would make, Bubba, I would make this bet. Take $10 down to the Rivers Casino and put it on the over because the Steelers are going to win over 6 games.
Oh, I agree with that. And the games that they're going to win that they actually said, was week 1 against the Jets.
Yeah, pull it up. I have it right there.
You got it. So I don't have to say.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, Filipponi said, despite all the sizzle of the Steelers offseason, odds makers have them favored in only 6 games for 2025. They are. Go ahead, Bubba. Read them off.
Well, week 1, it's the Jets. Week 2, Seattle. Week 6 is the Browns. Week 9 is the Colts. And week 15 is the Dolphins, the return of Fitzpatrick coming back. We'll talk about that later. And week 17 at the Browns. Now, I know that's a bunch of shit because I know I would take them a lot better. And this is even with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback that the gamblers or odd makers are taking this.
Yeah. So this isn't like if you would go back in a time machine and not in a DeLorean, but go back 3 weeks. I don't know why you'd waste your jump back in time to go 3 weeks before Aaron signed. But you go back before they got DK Metcalf, before they got Aaron, before they got Ramsey. I could kind of swallow this, but I'd still say, you know what? Probably a good bet to take 7, 8 wins. I think that's
even 9 with Mason, 7 to 9 with Mason.
I don't
with
know
Aaron Rodgers, it jacks up into double digits in my eyes.
I think you're pushing. You have a good chance. Like I would bet money at 8. The 9, the 10, that's where it gets kind of sketchy for me.
Like they even got Chicago beating us. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's happening.
I mean, yes. See, and that was said, was said before.
Daredevil, come on. Not even with porn stash Mason.
Well, some people took. I'm telling you, some people did take the Steelers with Mason Rudolph at a higher winning record.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, for good news, Bubba, I did finish the DC's tier list for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I just did the thumbnail before we jumped on.
I did my thumb for tomorrow's. Let me see if I can share that with you. I'm back in the saddle for the West Virginia show, and this.
What time is your West Virginia show tomorrow?
It's at 8. It's an hour before our other show, so we should be okay. So I'm going to share this.
We'll be fine.
If I can get this up. Dun, dun, dun.
And also, ESPN gave the Steelers on that lovely blockbuster trade. What letter do you think that ESPN gave them?
A C.
Oh, goddamn! You're reading my mind. Yeah, C.
I was just guessing there. That was just a good
guess. No. I look. There's a lot of people still, and I know Craig from Patton's here. I know there's people that are upset, but honestly, the last 2 years, he hasn't been, you know what I mean? So, and his contract will be up, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to rebuild, you know?
Well, this team now this Steeler team is, in the last couple of weeks, have got older, but also, too, everybody that they signed have won championships.
True. They're winners.
There you go.
So, I have this here. This is basically, I did a little bit of AI stuff here.
Well, that's a good magician there.
That's Rich Rodriguez as a magician, a coach of.
Wow.
Is there Mountaineer magic? So I'm trying to think if they're going to be able to recreate the magic from 18, 20 years ago when they were literally a touchdown away from going to the national championship. So with that,
next week I'm going to do AI. Mike Tomlin is their Steeler magic, and then
we need to do.
Tomlin will have somebody. You know who'll have upside? He'll have Harbaugh chained in a thing like Harry Houdini.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then we'll see. That's what we'll be doing. So I look, I'm okay with what, and we talked about it yesterday. Look, I still think that we need another number 2 receiver because in case of injury, That's what I'm worried about. I'm also worried about. I got to be a little worried. I can't go straight diving in like I'm swimming, which I'm the only person ever flunked swimming in my high school. But I'm worried about the tackles being that good to keep Rodgers upright.
Yeah.
I have to have a little bit of worry. I'm not so much worried about TJ Watt. I'm not. Because I believe, and I listen to Mark Madden. You listen to the fan. I listen to Madden on the way after work today, and he was just extravagantly overzealous on Minka. The first time when they traded him, because they traded away, they could have got Justin Herbert, and he brought that back into the spin wheel, to add controversy. And no offense, Justin Herbert's probably going to be like, who's the other Chargers quarterback that had a lot of, but never could win nothing. Oh shit. Oh, my concussions
kicking in.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to go. Chat, help me out because I'm drawing Phillip Rivers. Thank you, Steelers chick. Yeah, that's the same MO that I'm going on.
Yeah. Well, what?
He's terrible.
And we didn't talk about it, and it just went over like it didn't even make the news. Like because no one gives a shit. No one cares. What came out? Who came out? I guess I should say.
Who came out?
Yeah. Come on, chat. One of the Steelers is gay, but no one gives a shit. So it made
talking about.
You didn't know that?
No, the only gay Steeler is Steely McBeam. I mean, that's the only. I don't know. Who cares if he's gay? Steely's pretty happy.
Nick Herbig is gay,
but no, he's not.
Yeah, Google it. He came out in June 2025 and publicly said
that's fake. That's fake news.
It's fake news. Is it fake news?
Don't believe that. The only gay Steeler is Steely McBeam.
Because he walks around with that big beam?
Connor Hayward. I don't know if Connor's going to make Connor. I don't think Connor's going to make the team. I never heard that. And I know we're not into National Enquirer shit here, but I did not hear that.
I was trying to figure out if it was legit because my wife mentioned it, and I'm like,
it's not. It's
no one cares.
You got to watch that stuff.
You do a Steelers channel, and I didn't know. Yeah, I mean, so I Googled it, and they did a thing on it.
Wait, hold on. Hold up. Brian says you're right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't care as long as he gets a quarterback sack, and I don't care about anybody's sexual orientation. Yeah. Just win me some playoff games. You're only gay if you take your socks off.
If Bubba, if you told me you're gay,
and I am gay. I'm gay. I'm so happy. I'm happy.
If I'm camping with someone that's gay, it just changed who has to be in the position. I have to be in the back because I'm not having someone poke me in the rear when I'm sleeping if I'm cold. That's the only thing.
No wonder that guy didn't want to co-host with you. He heard this. He heard this show. It was real news. ESPN would talk about it.
Yeah, it was real news. Yeah.
Brian says
it was legit. I thought it was legit.
Brian said he told everybody. I mean, I don't care. Get 10 sacks. That's all I care about.
I don't know, guys. I just was wondering because I saw
I don't care.
I don't care.
What was that one? He was a rookie and he got drafted and he got catfished.
Oh man!
Remember he got catfished and said he had a girlfriend, and then he played. I think he played for Notre Dame.
He was a Hawaiian kid. He was
his whole
man. Ed ruined his game, man.
Well, he just sucked anyway.
Yeah, but man, they did him wrong.
Yep. If I don't know it, the chat will tell you. And Devil knew it. That's him. Yep. That's him. That dude got catfished like no other.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, like we just got off the beaten path now. But we're into 16 minutes. We got an hour show because we got to cut it down to because we can get it to download it to send it on Sports Bible because JT says, Bubba, sometimes it's too long. So it's a glare. I got a glare. But anyway.
Maybe you need to wipe your screen a little bit.
No, I'm good.
But no, like I remember before they called it catfishing, I had a guy that was kind of a I mean, he waxed his eyebrows and he was real pretty and he's kind of a dick. And he worked in my arms room in the army.
Geez. Okay.
And these other guys catfished him.
Oh.
And but he deserved it because he's kind of a dick.
Well, I don't care. As long as Nick Herbig gets 10 sacks, a couple stripped fumbles for a touchdown, I don't care anybody's sexual preference. I just want a playoff. I just want a playoff win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been going on 10 years.
Yeah.
Like there's little kids going around the neighborhood here. They never seen a playoff win.
That's true.
I think I got kids in the neighborhood. I think I do. Like
in your grass, Bubba, your grass so high.
My grass is high. It's like that high. But I mean, I don't care. But yeah, we just got to pay attention more because a lot of this AI stuff, people just you don't pay attention because their mouth is moving, but it's not them talking in some kind of cases.
Well, they did. I just saw one with Kennedy. Kennedy's talking to Theo Vaughn, and it's completely fake. And he's talking about how like crazy shit, like, hey, we planned all this, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And then I realized it's AI generated,
Yeah, let's.
Now I like.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's a stand-up dude. I think he's fantastic.
Hey, you could be one badass dude and still dance with a guy.
I knew a guy who literally, man, he was playing rugby and he split his tongue back the middle and he had a baby food drop and he was a gay dude and he was a rough dude.
Well,
toughest guys I know. Playing rugby, split his tongue.
I didn't know anything. I don't care. I like I said though, I don't care because this team. What's that?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, Jamie. The point is that he's gay. Is 10 years ago, that was all the shit we were talking about. Now it's just like, who cares? Like, it's not, that's what I'm talking about, Jamie. Jamie picked up on exactly what, no, it didn't make news, so we are like, is it real? Isn't it? We don't care. We're more worried about how Aaron made us feel for 4 months.
Look, I'm thinking Rodgers is back in a pocket for about 1.7 seconds, less than 2. And I'm telling you right now, he's throwing. I'm telling you, we are moving the ball down the field. I have a vision. I haven't got my jersey yet, but I said about it today at work because I do talk a lot of Steelers stuff at work. And people probably get annoyed, and I read it because he's going to have to throw very quickly because his release is probably very, very quick. Like you got to get on the wagon right now and take who we have on our team and you got to ride. You got to ride into town. Like, I mean,
probably you're saying we need number 2. So
we need a number 2 receiver though, but also too, I seen that the, like Cooper and Allen, the 49ers might be looking at him. I mean, if we could get one of those 2 receivers economically sound.
Cooper Kupp?
No, he's already signed.
He signed.
No, Amari Cooper,
Buffalo
Bills.
Yeah.
But unless they make another trade, I don't know, man. This is highly unorthodox of the Pittsburgh Steelers doing this trading stuff at this juncture and with the players that they traded. Yes.
So we got Alfred came in, Jamie came in.
We had about 20 people in. We're at 416. We get to 420. I'm going to roll one up.
I was going to ask you before the show.
I'm kidding.
I have my notebook here.
Okay.
Other people write on. It looks like shit.
Yeah, I have a notebook too. But...
So, yeah. So I had my notes for who won the shirts, and since Fitzpatrick is no longer a Steeler, I changed it to the Freiermuth. I have to send it out.
Somebody told me today. Speaking of that, they're like, Bob, hey Brewer, they got to trade Freiermuth. I'm like, no. Let's not even look. Right now, our tight end department is an A+. And my coworker said to trade Pat Freiermuth, and I said, I don't like that. I just don't.
Freiermuth, the new guy,
I don't
for shit.
But the tight end, this could be the prime example of the Steelers' tight ends being vicious as receiving yards over the middle. And this tight end department could be the best tight end department that we've ever seen, ever. I mean, even with Heath Miller, and I loved Heath Miller, but we got two guys that.
And I mean, this guy is basically a giant wide receiver. That's just the best way I can put it. DLC, welcome to the show.
I want enough weapons for Aaron Rodgers to be not trade everybody.
Yeah, Roll, that was the story, but that was a big story, and it wasn't even like announced. You know what I mean? Like the fact that it was announced, I thought on the news.
He just wants $1 more than Myles Garrett. Doesn't matter. Yeah. He hates Myles Garrett like I do. He just wants $1 more because it's a non quarterback position. So realistically, he just wants to get more money than Myles Garrett because he's not going to get more money than Jamar Chase and a non-quarterback position. So if they give him $40 million and $5, then he'll be whatever. Yes. But I still want another I want another receiver though. DLC in case something happens to Metcalf. 17 games is a long season.
Yeah, hold on.
I
have my critter on the back of my desk.
I love the picture with his weapons. See, everybody likes Rodgers now, man. Rodgers is starting to now. Pepper hates him, but I mean, people are starting to turn the tide.
What's not to like? He's kind of like a goofy uncle that kind of like, collects Transformers and smokes weed and like just.
Well, that'd be a cool uncle though, And
now
let's read this about Dougie P. Dougie P. And this could go back to being Smash Mouth football with the running game. We just don't know how our running game is going to be. I think it's going to be a little better than it was last year. So we have the most high-powered defense in the league again, and we just got to shut people down on the run support. That's it.
Doug P. Next thing Doug P. has. I like how he's taken Howard under his wing. Is that just bullshit? Well, let's read the LCs first. TJ needs to be careful in these negotiations because the way
I don't know about that DLC.
Last night we were on the Steelers Nation Australia show along with our show,
the International Steeler Podcast. It's international
Steeler Podcast.
It's hitting two waves of the continents, two different continents.
If you haven't subscribe. So
yeah, subscribe to Mark's too. Steelers Nation Australia.
What we're talking about is we talked about the fact that if I think TJ was going to be moved, it would have been earlier. And I was all about that a few weeks ago, and I got shit on this show for it because
I just think TJ's got over $100,000 fines because he didn't go to minicamp, and realistically, $100,000 to him is like $100 to me. And I think he's just waiting. So it's all negotiations and contracts and all that stuff. He just wants to make $1 more. I mean, could you imagine losing another goddamn jersey? Like, I mean,
I don't buy them. That's why
ladies and gentlemen, do not buy I mean, well, I'm recanting that because I am buying an Aaron Rodgers jersey because I never saw. Who would have thought in my slumber, like I was, Sleeping Beauty on Disney, I fall asleep and then I wake up that we got Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback.
And we stayed up till midnight watching watching old Pat McAfee show live. We did a broadcast trying to like break the news, and it didn't happen. But
no, well, okay, Jamie, I can agree with that.
Yeah, we talked about that, Jamie. They got some young men, big men.
Well, if they got big men and it stopped the run, that's something. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
McFlurry. You can get the McFrosties now are different at Wendy's, I saw.
Yeah, Bubba and me also take fuel perks if you can send them our way.
Well, in Westmoreland County, gas was $3.22. In Indiana County, it was almost $3.50 some.
Yeah, it's $3.59 for regular here, and premium is $4.59.
Holy moly!
But gas for a barrel, it's like $6 a barrel.
I would have took him a couple years ago.
Yeah, Josh.
I would have took Josh Gordon. I think he's selling cars out in Cleveland.
Hell, we'd take Flash Gordon for Christ's sake.
Well, Flash Gordon was a good movie. That was a movie that needs remade. I gotten off topic, but Flash Gordon could soundtrack use the same soundtrack, but you remake it. Wow, $5.
$2.95 for Jamie. Jamie, are you?
Oh, I like that. $2.95. Hey, man, that's good enough for me.
Tell me where you're from again. I forget. You don't have to tell me the exact city, with like Western Pennsylvania.
Okay, here's another good question from Dougie P. Who's going to back up Queen's missed coverages? Did you see Queen come to the aid of Fitzpatrick in Twitter? Some fan, I mean, he actually commented to a fan and said, because they were blaming Fitzpatrick of somebody not being, it was Sutton and it was somebody else, and then it was Fitzpatrick, and they were blaming somebody, but nobody was taking the whatever, they weren't giving it up. I would say Holcomb. I think Holcomb is going to probably be relieving Queen or.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks ago when we did our number 2 show.
Or Wilson.
Yeah, he just seems like a good guy. He'd be
Green.
Barbecue.
Eric Green was good. But I'm telling you, this is the best. This could be the best tight end department that we ever had. We never had. Yeah. This is like, and as crazy as it sounds, guys and girls, this reminds me of Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. That I'm going that far.
Murder.
No gang related shit, nothing like that. But with those two tight ends on the field, who could stop them? We couldn't stop them. We can't stop a tight end. I would take Janu and Pat, and I would love to have that comparison on the field, not off the field.
I wanted to ask you, Bubba. So when does training camp start?
Training camp starts July 23rd, which is a couple days earlier this year, because usually it's at the end of July, because my birthday's the 29th, and it's like the 30th or
24th.
Okay, well, I got to get a calendar. I'm going as many days as I could go, even if I drive after work and just watch and catch some video, or I hopefully I don't get in trouble, but I wouldn't want OBJ as. Would you want OBJ as a receiver?
No.
I don't know, because that's a lot of this Steelers team has turned into Major League. There's a lot of personalities on this team, but we haven't had a lot of personalities.
Who's the voodoo guy that can't hit a curveball on the team? Would that be Aaron?
Well, that would have been James Harrison at the time. Okay. Yeah, because last year he took he watered the yard last year.
Yeah, that's right. Talking shit.
Oh, that's the guy who got beat up, the actor?
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one who faked his own ass beating. Hit himself with So
Hey, Holcomb coming back from that injury is great. It's a nice comeback story, and you know, if he could get comeback player. He'll be in running for comeback player of the year.
and with
Because he got hurt, so that's a comeback player. Where I said Mason Rudolph before we signed Aaron Rodgers would have been, but that's not the case. I'm just going Rodgers MVP. I know I'm crazy. Yeah, but Eric Green could not get the Steelers offense could not get. It took them a long time to get Joe Walton's offense because it was so schematic and so they just couldn't score for like games on games, and then they exploded. I think it was on the Chargers. Yeah, I just think that this tight end department is going to be huge. I mean, I want to, and also too with Fitzpatrick, I have nothing bad to say about Minka being a Steeler. 6 years. I didn't see that coming when the Steelers traded for him in the first place. I don't honestly. Let me ask you a question, Shane. Do you think that trade actually was good? Good things come out of that trade?
some folks in the media seem to think it's shuffling the deck. It's like tit for tat, but and the guys have the same expiration date, I guess, if there was a jug of milk. But
I mean, because
I
we had
like
him for 6 years.
It adds more flexibility. You're going from Fitzpatrick being more of a sports car to guy that's like a luxury SUV that can be sporty. You can throw some golf clubs.
Oh, I like a luxury SUV.
Can do a little bit of all-wheel drive, so you can take in the snow.
I just think he had Pro Bowl seasons. Okay, it was a trade that the Steelers never ever did because we didn't get a first round pick. And okay, it's a double-ended sword for me because he was a good player, but with him we're in the same boat as without him. So we didn't win a playoff game with him. And if this year we win a playoff game without him, well then that's different, but you know what I mean. Like
you
6
can
years.
You can scheme and hide your coverage by having him on the field. Ramsey being able to play that extra position, he's able to play outside and inside.
The original trade, Afton. Did you like the original trade when the Steelers traded their first round pick for him and saw the 6 years that he was with Pittsburgh, guys and girls, that it was productive and it was worth that trade?
It was worth it.
I'm going to go devil's advocate. If I know that we could have got Justin Herbert at that time, I'd have took Herbert and just dealt with the situation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Because we wouldn't be if we had Justin Herbert, we wouldn't be that would be that's our franchise quarterback, and then you just build around him, and then you just try to get somebody in the draft. Now that I think about it, I'm not bashing Minka, so please don't think that way. But also too, if we didn't make that trade, I think we would have got Justin Herbert, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
So we would have had a franchise quarterback. That's and then I think the Steelers got this trade here. I think the Steelers got a good deal, but some people don't think that Steelers got a good deal in this trade. Like Minka, but he was declining.
You're welcome. His dad's from Creekside, which just blew my mind because my sister lives in Creekside.
268. God, I wish. Okay, both trades were good. Okay, Devil has a nice approach to it.
Yeah, well said. Afton likes the original trade. If they'd kept using him the way that they did in the beginning. Yeah, that's true.
But would we have taken Herbert? I don't know.
No.
I would. Hey, I think he's going to be a great quarterback, but never win the big one. You can't blame.
No, can't.
I don't blame him. I'm just saying when we got him, we didn't go any further than where we're at. So that's my only spin of tale of two cities is like the quarterback we wouldn't have Aaron Rodgers right now. And would things be different? And also, too, in a what if situation, what if if we had Justin Herbert, would we have had or a franchise quarterback in the time after Ben? Maybe 1 year after Ben was a fuck up year, and then the second year, then you got your franchise. You got your franchise quarterback. Would you think that the Steelers, with that upgrade of quarterbacking, would have won a playoff game and got further to the AFC Championship if they didn't trade Minka? I mean, these are all what ifs.
You're making my head hurt.
Well, I don't mean to. I mean, if I was 220 pounds, I'd run marathons. That ain't happening. So that's a what if. Okay. Can't blame. Okay. Randy, good evening.
Yeah, Randy. Good to see you.
Okay. Now, may have been okay, that's true. Nothing's guaranteed. I understand. But it was a hypothetical question. And the reason why, because I listened to fucking Madden, and he probably put that in my ear. I was right. In my 4X shirts or something, he said.
It's tough.
Well,
I did run a 10K at 17 pounds or 200 and maybe 10, and the lady asked me what category I was going to be in, and then she looked at me. She said, "Oh, the Clydesdale class." That's almost like calling someone a fat heifer. It hurt my feelings. I was fat shamed.
Mark said it was a great trade.
So,
I think it was okay. No, that's crazy. I don't know. What's he done, Bubba? Really though? Well, I don't know his stats, but he's probably the top 5. But also too, well, we still had to have. Well, we had receivers. Could you imagine Justin behind center and Pickens at that time? I'm just saying. Pickens is an asshole.
We dodged a bullet there. He didn't show up to that kids camp.
No, that's terrible.
What a dickhead.
That's
prior move.
How does Herbert fit with the Steelers? Well, he can. From what I've seen him play, he can. He's got a strong arm, and he can move in the pocket.
Caleb Daniels has a good one. Caleb, welcome. So
that's a good one.
Wish we were fishing the whole world.
I never heard that one.
If it's for Ann's and coconut butts. Yeah, no Super Bowls.
Minka, no Super Bowls.
Yeah, Pickens is a total dick.
Not too many. Oh, okay.
That's what I was talking about when I said I ran a 10K, which is 6 miles at 2:15.
I would say it's an 85 to 90. I think it's a whole new team, really. It's a whole new team. I think defensive scheme and schematics are different.
Different running back.
Defensive line. The running back room is not going to be. I think Cordell Patterson is not going to make. I just can't see him. But what do I know? I'm not. Well, I'm not running anywhere, Jamie.
I've never run a marathon. Yeah, Mark.
No, right. I just try to bring controversy because it creates cash, I'm guessing. I can piss some people off, I guess. I don't know. So what's so great about I'm gonna have to look them up. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna look them up. I gotta look them up. Okay.
Yeah. I'll read some comments here.
Yeah, read some comments. And I'll look up Justin Herbert.
She wishes the coaching staff had been strengthened.
Well, I don't like the defensive coordinator.
No.
And I don't like the offensive line Meyer coach.
Yeah, and Cart says we still have Hayward and TJ and Boz left from last year. Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking there's some key positions. I mean, you got
half of
right
now I take fucking Justin Herbert's last year's stats Holy shit. Okay, here we go. 2024, 3,870 yards, 23 touchdowns, 3 INTs.
That's a great percentage.
At a rating of 101.7. 2021. Well, he got drafted in 2020. He threw 31 touchdowns his rookie fucking season.
Yeah, he's
21,
balling.
he threw 38. Right now, he's thrown for 137. He's got over 20,000 yards. But yes, he doesn't have a playoff victory. But that would have been a franchise quarterback if we would have been able to get him. But I didn't know he had 38, 31. Wow. The last year, 2024, Justin Herbert, that was his lowest. That was his second lowest. 2023, I think he was hurt and he had 20 touchdowns. Now in 2021, he had 38 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. So I mean, hey, there hasn't been anybody since fucking Big Ben that had 5,000 yards. So just, I mean,
got quite a.
I mean, it would have been whatever. I mean,
yeah, Aaron has 63K passing yards. That's true. Aaron.
lots on ex-Steelers, Chris Rainey and Leonard Pope.
Leonard Pope.
Oh, Caleb. I practice squad guys, right? Probably nice guys.
Leonard Pope, I think, was
Leonard Pope. Didn't he play for the Cardinals?
Yeah, I think he did after he left.
Yep, screw them kids over.
Screw him over.
Oh, ouch! I'm trying to keep up with the. I forgot, but some guys, former team, went maybe. Okay.
Only
problem is that you add the situations. Oh well.
I read too slow.
I'm trying to catch up.
Too fast. I wish the coaching staff were strengthened, and we talked about that. Nika's production dropped off because of last year's scheme. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is Mark's. He's not that great.
That's because he doesn't. If he was put on a Steelers uniform, Mark
would be like, well, no, because he's slowly coming around with Aaron Rodgers.
Slowly, he came around. He was all about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
I gave sensational enema yesterday. He was hoorah. Yeah, number 8 is great.
Holes. Okay. I can't wait. This offense is going to be. He's like 1 of 3 interceptions, touchdowns.
I have a question for the chat. You ready, Bubba?
Yes.
Roman Wilson. Chat. 1, if you think he's going to see time, if he's going to play a regular season game. 2, if you think that he's done. We're not going to see him.
0-2 in playoffs. I did not know that, Mark.
A 1 if Roman Wilson's going to be see some time.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's going to be our number 2.
No, but just see time, like get some serious reps the first couple games. I'm hoping he will. Not preseason. I'm talking regular season games. Chat is hitting us up. Tom, George, Daredevil, DLT, Brian, Karth, Afton, all say number 1 that he is going to see time as a number 3 receiver. Yeah, of course. I love it. I love it. I think he's an athletic kid. Oh.
Well, they should have never left San Diego.
No.
Yeah. That was good.
Set of Pickens.
Hey.
Yeah.
Bobby Brister got to win. Bobby Brister has a Super Bowl ring though too.
That's right, he does.
Yes, he does. Denver.
What year ring does he have? I'm trying to think.
Denver. He was backed up to John Elway.
That's right, in 98.
I agree, Randy. I like Dick LeBeau.
Or 97.
No, I thought it was the 23rd.
So my next question for the chat is, how interested are you Are you going to be watching, what's happening in Latrobe, or is it just it is what it is? I mean, number one, if you're really interested. Number two, if
wait a minute, hold up. What kind of question is that?
Because you know what, I used to not really give a shit what happens in Latrobe, just like practice.
No.
But Bubba, you're all about it. So
well, because you're gonna see players you haven't seen before. You're gonna see how they gel. I mean, that is where it's all gonna be laid out on the line.
But I want to see like, they don't really go live.
No, so, but they have to have
the juice.
Repetitive. They got to know. They got to, Aaron Rodgers has got to have something with all his receivers and tight ends. Get the handoffs right. Get to know the offensive line. Tries to know his cadence.
It's different.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot. I mean, you got to think of it as a precision surgeon in training camp, because he's getting all his equipment open up for surgery, and it's got to be precision, because they're not going to show you much in training camp.
No, 90% of the time, I would say, Bubba, you're full of shit. But I agree with you, because guess what?
Well, thanks.
In the chat, you're going to see Ramsey and Steelers Chick said you're going to see Ramsey and DK fight in Latrobe. You're going to see some lineups that are going to be exciting. But I really don't get too spun up on it, other than I will see some really interesting things. You could see Ron throw some balls in black and gold instead of green and whatever the hell color it is.
Well, I always like to look at players that I can't, or I'm actually, like last year, it was Corey Trice that I was looking at, and I watched him a lot every time I went down there, and I hope that he can add to the Steelers secondary. I think he has a good upside.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
we got insight last year, Bubba. We got insight last year on Beanie Bishop. We confirmed Zach Frazier. We confirmed,
that was all you. That was all you, because that's your West Virginia boys. I don't know college,
but watching them up against grown ass men that are NFL players really made me feel good about going into the season. But they took a big dump.
Well, Brian predicted when you went back to the Roman Wilson 5 touchdowns.
Right,
that's pretty good.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, if you're going to get an offensive jersey, that would be the one to get.
Yeah, I would agree. 54.
Do you think Aaron had anything to do with the Minka getting traded? I do not think so.
No, I think he's not getting anybody's business. He's just kind of showing up, punching his time card. He's a professional now at this point in his career. He just wants.
Who gets more playing time, Bishop or Corey Trice?
I think Ramsey's going to cut into Bishop's time. Trice,
I think so too.
Yeah, Ramsey's going to cut into. Bishop is now the number 2 behind Ramsey if they put him in the slot. Bishop will probably still see some time, but that's only if Ramsey's moved to the outside.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I rather have Corey Trice, James Pierre. I rather have Corey Trice. Yeah, I know we need special teamers. Yeah. But realistically, I mean, we're supposed to have Cordell Patterson, doing all this stuff and returning stuff, and nothing transpires.
Afton Slay is an outside only guy. Outside cornerback. Doesn't play.
Well, we have a veteran. We have a veteran. In less than like a month, our team got old quickly. But also too, it's not really that old. They're all in their fucking early 30s, except for one quarterback position.
They're not in the September of the years. They're in the August.
They just.
Frank.
I think he gets cut too.
And I don't know. I will think.
Yeah, I mean. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, right now, in another couple weeks, it's going to be game on. I mean, I am laser focused. I've been reading some stuff. I'm liking what we're doing. I think we're going to kick the fucking shit out of the Cleveland Browns. I believe that the Cincinnati Bengals, if they come in town and we go there, I believe our defense is going to stop them, and that's what we need now with this secondary solidified. With Watt signing his contract, he's going to be a ball of fire. He's got something to prove. And the last time he fucking got 22.5 sacks. So, and it's all, him coming in and maybe playing a little bit more on third down, because you want a sack on third because then you got a punt. I could be wrong.
So if you guys are in here, you haven't liked and subscribed, click the thumbs up button to this show. Do it. Go in there.
Yeah, we're at 416, slowly making our way. We're going to be doing some live streams. We're going to go down to camp. We're going to do whatever. We're trying to get an interview with some Steeler. I'll chloroform somebody. We'll get them, bring them to the house. We'll give them some pizza.
I'm going to broadcast the end of this month from the Steelers bar in Myrtle Beach, like I've done the past 2 years.
Oh, what are you doing? When are you going there?
End of the month sometime.
Oh, nice.
I can kind of say that because I have a house sitter. So go ahead and break in. This guy will shoot you.
No wonder we can't get ESPN calling us. We're so unorthodox. It's unreal.
Yeah, last night you guys were talking about zombies, and I just grabbed an axe that had to be laying around. I have teenage boys. They have lay shit like this. They have like 4 axes. Like
this is the different. This Steeler podcast goes off the rails at any time.
Yeah, just lay it on a little children's chair by my desk.
Yeah, and I believe we're going to be slugging out to the Ravens, and we're gonna take a couple games where people didn't think we're going to take a couple games. I do believe that I don't give. And you know what? I saw this thing on Facebook, and they said something about it was Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers, and I wrote because I had to because I was being a smart ass. I was like, well, I just want to say that the one quarterback has a Super Bowl win. Didn't matter who he played for. Didn't matter. Super Bowl win. I mean, I know last year Russell Wilson did, but I just think Rodgers is a better quarterback than Russell Wilson.
I like where he's at. I mean, he might not be as gifted. He's 80% of what he was. And
he's not going to be scrambling around, extending a play, trying to elude the sacks. He's going to be smarter. He's going to be a cerebral assassin, and that's why he's going to throw the balls off, and he's going to use these double tight ends and throw. I mean, he's probably loving his tight end situation.
Yeah, he's loving what they're giving him, and with his concealed carry acts.
I just want one more. I just want one more receiver. That's all.
Randy was joking about the Browns quarterback depth, but no, seriously, guys.
I'm glad we don't have that fucking headache.
What a great show. I mean, we made
Well, okay, so before we get out of here, are you happy with the trade?
Oh, absolutely. I'm over my shock of Aaron finally being. Didn't know I was so emotionally.
Yeah, I didn't know you were that emotional, but I mean,
I'm not sobbing, but it was tiring. It was just like, oh, okay, we got him.
Well, he could be the cerebral assassin. I mean, he's going to carve up. He owns the NFC North. Okay, and if Aaron Rodgers owns that division, if we get 4 wins out of that division, and we get 5 wins out of our own division, that's 9. He beats the Jets, that's 10. He beats the Dolphins, we're at 11. Like, I mean,
you're cooking.
I'm fucking going crazy. Yes, I know. Before we get out of here, yes. I said fucking look, we're all this is the casino, the Rivers Casino right now. Omar Khan is sitting at the table. He's got all these chips, and he just pushed all the chips in.
Let's pull that
all the chips are in. This team is like the Rams of a couple years ago who beat Cincinnati. They signed some players, and they needed players, got some veterans to fill that slot. Okay. And boom, they won a Super Bowl. Hey, dynasties aren't made anymore in the NFL. They're not like the 70s and the Patriots.
I'm going to show this real quick, okay? And then we're
okay.
So if you guys are betting, guys and gals, this is where we're at. Wins over and under, and I'll make it a little bit bigger. So bookmakers are expecting Steelers to the over and under set 8.5 wins. What I say at the beginning of the show, that's where I was
6. It was 6.
No, beginning of the show I said 6 because that's what they're saying.
That's what Filipponi said.
Yeah, but bookmakers are saying at 8.5. That was where I would put it, so that makes more sense. But plus 4,500.
12. I see 12. I see 12. I'm telling you, if he owns the North on either side and loses maybe 2 games out of that, I'm telling you, that's huge. Can Woodson play safety? You mean Rod Woodson? No, Rod. If you're thinking Rod, I didn't know James Harrison was 47 years old yesterday.
No, I thought he was in his early 40s because I saw him.
No, he's a beast. Total beast. Beast from the East. So
but
hopefully there's no trades. Hopefully, I mean, if something happens, I mean, we'll do something. I mean, tomorrow night we're going to rank the God DCU to garbage on the Triple B Experience channel. And we're at 416. I keep strumming along, keep sharing stuff. We're also on Sportsvival. If you like Pittsburgh sports, it's sportsvival.com. They have a Penguins, Pirates. The Pirates are hot right now, surprisingly. And they have articles and they have our podcast. We're the only Steeler podcast on the channel. And the reason why we go an hour when I send a show to him on Wednesdays is it takes a lot to download. That's all. So, but that's okay. Yeah, we got a lot. We talked a lot tonight. So we had, thanks everybody for tuning in for this crazy 57 minutes, 58, 59 minutes of Steeler talk and talking about other stuff. Yes, that is true. I also heard after he gets done with his career, he wants to go into service. Yes, he was. Yeah, I'm tired of them Browns. Yeah, I banned the Browns podcast. Thanks, Afton. You have a great night too. So everybody, thank you. If you know people out there that need to subscribe, knock on their door, get them a funnel cake, and tell them to listen to our show.
Yeah, click the thumbs up button. That helps our algorithm. So its little thumb looks like this.
Well, I'm sure we talked about other crazy stuff. I'm sure our algorithms are.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care. Hey, man, people are joining a ride. Tomorrow night I'm gonna. There's a lot of hot garbage coming from me. DC movies suck.
Yeah,
they do.
I was like, oh my god, terrible.
Devil, Tom, Afton, Mark. Hopefully you bundled up because it's only 55 degrees over there. Stay warm. It is fucking warm over there. It's 50 degrees. Thank you. Okay, guys. Shane, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck on your show at West Virginia tomorrow night at 8 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Shane talk college football about his alma mater. And then we're going to be back at 9 o'clock on the Triple B Experience.
Thank you.
What's that?
I said, thanks, everybody.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, good night, Shane.
Good night, all. Good night, Bubba.
See you guys.